Let's bring in Associate Professor Hüseyin Alptekin, who joins us live from Istanbul. He's an international security expert. Very good to have you on the program, sir. You heard there a wide range of issues that were discussed in this meeting at the White House. Would you say that this was a major breakthrough for the diplomatic relations between these two countries?
I think we can call it that way. The two countries in the recent past sometimes have faced challenges for the future of these bilateral relations, especially in the previous term under Joe Biden's presidency. The two countries, they had this huge gap in their vision about the Middle East, about the Black Sea area. But during the Trump's presidency, there is a mutual understanding between the two countries. It doesn't mean that they have no problems. There are still disagreements, especially regarding Gaza. There is still a lot of things to do about Gaza to end the genocide. But still, I think both sides are trying to understand each other. And in President Erdogan's words, there is mutual respect and there is a shared understanding about the Middle Eastern realities, which is a good start.
So what does that mean then, a shared understanding? I mean, are they actually going to agree on measures to sort of take to stop the war in Gaza?
In terms of the Gaza genocide, of course, President Trump so far has distanced himself from the European countries, from the other countries which called this act as genocide. Instead, he had this closer understanding with Israel. But in the most recent meeting, and before that, in the meeting with the leaders of the Muslim world, Trump said that he will not allow annexation of the West Bank, which is a positive sign from him. Regarding Gaza, the only shared understanding so far is the immediate need for a ceasefire. But what will happen after the ceasefire? That's still a matter of question. But the other issues, denial of the annexation of the West Bank, and the immediate call for a ceasefire in Gaza, I think these are the positive shared understandings.
When you look at these pictures of these two leaders together at the White House, the way they talk, the way they look at each other, do you see two leaders that actually like each other?
I think they like each other. And I think, especially with regard to Trump, I think his personal feelings are really important. In his judgment of other countries and their leaders, you can tell whether he likes or doesn't like a person, a foreign leader. And I think he showed it and he made it very clear with his gestures toward President Erdoğan. And I think there is a reason for that mutual feeling, let's call it. In the previous term, during Joe Biden's presidency, when Trump was out of the office, now we understand from these remarks that President Erdogan kept in touch with President Trump. Even though he was not a president at the time, he was facing some pressures from the media, from the judicial cases. But I think that is valuable. I think that's meaningful for Trump now.
Yeah, of course, he is a person that values personal connections. At the same time, though, I mean, Trump is the one that actually stopped Turkey from buying those F-35s. Is that just sort of water under the bridge now? I mean, have they sort of forgotten about that and moved on?
No, I think that is still a very, very major challenge. But of course, all these problems, they started with Trump's first term and they increased during Joe Biden's presidency, the CAATSA sanctions, the F-35 sales, and these are still on the desk. They are still important challenges. But in this most recent meeting, Donald Trump and also the ambassador to Turkey, Barak, they both said that there might be some progress on the F-35 sales. And also in terms of F-16 fighter jets, it is also, there is a deal about that, but there is a Congress process. So still we don't have a very concrete, very tangible output. So this meeting is a signal for the future prospect of developments on that matter. But there are still many issues to deal with on the table.
Dr. Alptekin, thank you so much for your time and your analysis here on the NewsHour.